the Ghana FA, Kurt Okraku. This will be his very first major interview for the year 2020. And of course, your questions are welcome on our various pages on Joy Sports, on Facebook, on Twitter as well, where it's Joy Sports GH, and on Instagram, which is also Joy Sports GH. Place your many questions there, and we'll be glad to ask the GFA president. In fact, today, I will be relaying your questions directly to him. But before we get down to that business, have you noticed what's been happening in town? Well, I'm talking about the Ghana Premier League and the big buzz that it's creating. Well, when you follow the sports page of myjoyonline.com, we've brought you several angles, from the match reports through to the many other things that football fans hardly pay attention to. For instance, the buzz on social media. How all of a sudden people taking selfies has become a thing from match venues, in this Ghana Premier League season. And so we're still within match day 2. A game was honored yesterday at the Accra Stadium. And of course, one big highlight, aside the football that was played on the green pitch, was the performance or the appearance of Shatawale. Of course, it was something else, a very big sight to behold. And he definitely added a certain amount of bite to the entertainment there at the Accra Stadium. And who's responsible for this? It was Legon Cities FC, the club we previously knew as WA All Stars. So Legon Cities FC, have a new way of appearing at the stadium with beautiful flashy cars, a lot of color, appearing in their red and blue jerseys. So while Shatawale, he spotted a blue jersey, his red and blue jersey, and he put up a performance as well. But of course, as it stands now, Kumasi Asante Kotoko have taken what could be a comfortable lead. So Asante Kotoko at the top of the table after playing 2 games, and this gives them 6 points. Now the remaining, clubs aside, Legon, cities have also played a game each. Remember, all of the remaining games will be honored tomorrow. So remember, we're playing an 18-club Ghana Premier League. And so there it is. Kumasi Asante Kotoko are at the top. Adriana Stars in 2nd place. Dreams FC in 3rd. Ashanti Gold in 4th. Midiama SC in 5th. Bichim United in 6th. Brekum Chelsea are number 7. Wafa are number 8. Liberty Professionals are number 9. Legon Cities FC are number 10. Accra Hearts of Oak are number 11. And of course, 11 Wonders are in 12th position. Karela are in 13th. Dwarfs are in 14th. Sharks FC are in 15th. King Faisal are in 16th. Accra Great Olympics on the 17th spot. And number 18 is Inter Allies FC. We surely have a long way to go. We surely do have a long way to go. And so this is only the beginning, but at least we need to give Kumasi Asante Kotoko some credit for starting off on a high. So remember, you can place your comments there. Remember, our WhatsApp line is 0244 340 437. 0244 340 437. And hey, boy oh boy, loads of your questions are already coming in. We'll be placing them directly to the Ghana FA president. So you send in your messages as well. Of course, one of the latest developments within, the last few days is the FA dissolving the technical teams of all the national teams. And of course, central to all of them is that of the Black Stars. So the second era or second stint of Coach Kwesi Appiah is over. I know that many people have expectations of who will take over next. We'll be placing all of those questions to the Ghana FA president. And that's the reason why you also have to be part of this discussion right here on Joy 99.7 FM. We'll do a round of messages, and after that we get straight into the discussions with the Ghana FA president. This is his first major interview for the year 2020 right here on the JoysportsLink.
Points in our lives, we all need a partner that understands our needs and makes our happiness a priority. Bank of Africa is one that is always close to you. As a partner, creating convenient and innovative banking products make lives easier. We have a wide range of personal, SME, and corporate banking products to satisfy every business, including loan products for business and individuals. Bank of Africa gives you access to your money and account anytime, anywhere, with various e-products that provide you absolute convenience and always offers you the best of customer service experience. Choose Bank of Africa today and enjoy a partnership that always makes life easy with rich and diversified range of products and services tailor-made for you. Bank of Africa, strong as a group, close as a partner.
Is your home protected? I mean, truly protected? Yes, it may be burglar-proofed. But what about flood? Fire, storm, lightning, earthquake, robbery, attack, or anything that could destroy your most precious investment. Unique 360 Home Package pays for repair or replacement of your building or contents, and also pays for alternative accommodation while your home gets fixed. Additionally, injuries suffered within your home are covered. Get Unique 360 Home Package for absolute peace of mind. Call Unique Insurance on 0501 569 433. Unique Insurance, where your needs come first.
Hannah and Paul have asked their family and friends to join them here today to reaffirm their wedding vows since the first time. Hannah, Paul?
You're the tenant of my heart, often behind in the rent, but impossible to evict.
10 years. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't do it any different. Your car breaking down, the lift, meeting you at Alta Chill, and from then on, one chill leading to the other. I have changed my car 6 times since. But never my air conditioner installers, nor you, my wife.
For expert craftsmanship and impeccable after-sales service, AutoChill has it all. AutoChill is located at Lati Junction, next to the Washing Bay.
Telephone 0243 474 788 or 0244 365 447. AutoChill. Stay chilled.
Thanks for staying with us. Very shortly, we'll be bringing you that live interview with Kurt Okraku, the president of the Ghana Football Association. So the 71 days into his presidency, and of course, this affirmation of his place came after he put out a policy document. And of course, he had key highlights within his policy document, which we shared with you on our various pages on social media. So let me just give you a little reminder. So these are 8 key manifesto highlights that we shared with you based on the FA president's launch some months back, ahead of the election. Now, it was hinged on 4 key principles: transparency, accountability, and annual audits, gender and equity, and good corporate governance, professionalism, innovation, and investment. Also, to ensure the supply of 50 footballs and 30 pairs of football boots to all Premier League clubs annually. and free registration of up to 30 players per Premier League club onto the National Health Insurance Scheme. Also, to allow referees to officiate from juvenile competitions and to serve as an assessment for promotion, and introduce referee reward schemes per week, per month, or per year. Also, to establish codes football partnerships with the National Youth Authority and introduce national codes festivals to be funded by the Ghana FA. Also, the role of the Ghana FA being equal to the function of the CEO of a multinational company, having a new human resource unit that will be set up to gauge the performance across board, and I'm talking about people serving with the Ghana FA. Also, the Ghana Premier League will be immediately autonomous. Progressively, the Division 1 League will also be, and there will be a special sports policing, unit to curb hooliganism. Also, 2% of transfer fees will go into special women's coats and medical funds, and 10% of all national team assignments cash made at international tournaments will go into a special fund. The decentralization of a player status committee to have regional versions every year. That is 32,000 footballs will be shared amongst all the regional FA offices. So these are some key areas that were campaigned on. It's been some 71 days into office. And of course, when we're in the vein, or when we're in the space of partisan politics, normally would gauge by 100 days. So 100 days is not up yet. But today we're just talking about the journey so far. It's been 71 days. The Ghana Premier League is in motion. There are some exciting things to talk about when it comes to the Ghana Premier League. But there are some new developments as well within our football. In fact, within the last 48 hours, we've seen the dissolution of all technical teams of, the national teams under the Ghana FA. So we're discussing all of these here on the Joy Sports Link with Kurt E.S. Okraku, President of the Ghana FA. Happy New Year, my big brother.
Many happy returns. Many happy returns.
How has how has the last 3 weeks been?
3 weeks.
Yes.
It's been okay. It's been let me say good morning or good afternoon to all your listeners.
Yeah, sure.
Happy New Year, belated Merry Christmas to everybody. I think that the last 3 weeks has not been different from the last 71 days. Okay, it's been work, and I'm sure that the next 3 years will be the same.
I see. Interesting. You've seen the start of the Ghana Premier League. I mean, there was so much talk about how our football needed to resume, competition needed to resume. We're into match day 2. What are your general thoughts about what's happened so far?
Again, let me say thanks to all my council members, all members of the various subcommittees that the FA has so far put together. One of those subcommittees is the Premier League committee. I think that so far they have worked extremely well with the newly established competitions department of the FA. When we speak about the fact that we're going to change the game, I think the signals are quite clear. The buzz that the Premier League is so far receiving gives us hope that the industry would indeed be an industry. Yesterday I was at the Accra Sports Stadium and I loved what I saw. Kudos also to the management of Legon Cities, also to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, also to the staff of the Ghana Football Association, who've all played a big role in ensuring that we are very much on track. And I'm extremely happy about what is unfolding. I am sure that 4 years down the line, we'll all look back and say, yes, we did it together.
Wow. Well, if you just joined us, we're having this first major interview with the Ghana FA President, Kurt Okraku, right here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM. We're streaming live on Facebook. You can get on Joy Sports, you get the link. Also on the Joy 99.7 FM wall on Facebook. It's live. You can place all of your questions there, and I'm going to go straight to them. I mean, today is the first show of the year, and we want to give you, who make us relevant, the opportunity as much as possible. Remember that later on, we'll also activate the phone line so that you can join us with your varied thoughts and your questions for the Ghana FA president. Now, we started on the premise of the league. So there's a question here from Abdul Hamid, and he's asking about whether the FA has any plans of putting measures in place which allow international stars or foreign-based players, if I may put it that way, to return home to play for local clubs before they retire. I mean, this is a direct question from a listener.
I think that we've been discussing the reorganization of our leagues. That also includes the reposition of our product offering. And of course, that idea could be interesting, but it doesn't wholly rely on the Football Association. It also relies on clubs who employ the players. Okay, if it is the individual opinion of clubs that I need Okraku, who's played in England before, to come and play for me, it's their prerogative. Okay, but I think generally we all believe in a new way of doing the business of football, in a way that the product could be made attractive or will be made attractive, in a way that people who previously didn't have a feeling of consuming our local sport are all of a sudden appearing at the National Sports Stadium. And again, yesterday is a testament of what is likely to happen in the years ahead of us.
Well, there's Efo Kafui who's also asking about beach soccer. He says, I'd like to know if there are any plans for beach soccer. I believe it falls under the FA.
Yes, it does. It's one of the new subcommittees that we've already announced. Or one the games, i.e. by way of commentary, and the feed will be carried over to all the media networks across the country. But before we get to that level, I mean, we'll stay with what we have.
Well, so that goes to answer a question, I guess, in a certain way, answers these questions. Now, one of them is coming from Bismarck in Accra, and he says, please ask Mr. Kurt when they're unveiling a TV rights holder. The second one is from Lord Beto GH, and he says, please, why is it that our own league is not shown on our TV channels, and what are the plans for that? So
yeah,
it's related in a way.
The Football Association is very much committed into giving access to everybody in this country and beyond to consume our game, because clearly if we want our league to be the best in the country, it must have the best of media attention and media coverage. And in arriving at that position, it's very important for us to be very clear in our mind which direction we want to go, the kind of media networks we want to work with, and most importantly, how we want to arrive at that destination. The last 2 weeks has been very challenging, making sure that we do due diligence on all companies who have expressed interest, looking at capacity, looking at financial capabilities, etc., etc. I'm very positive that for the third week of our games, some of the games will be on TV.
Well, and then we go to a related subject.
And here we're not only talking about the Premier League. We also want to ensure that the Women's League gets the needed visibility. We want to ensure that the Division 1 League gets the needed visibility. We want to ensure that our national coast festivals and championships gets the needed visibility. So we are right on track.
Well, let's go to this one that is also related. Now, Intim Benjamin Yeboah says, what is the FA doing regarding sponsorship for the league?
We took over on the 25th of October, at the time that the league had been in abeyance for 18 months, at the time that apathy levels were really, really low, at the time that the league had no partners. And our first responsibility has been to revive the various products that we have. Okay, thankfully the Premier League is underway. The Division 1 League should be underway next week. The Women's League will then follow suit, and then the regional leagues. Now, beyond that, we want to work at repositioning of the product offering. Okay, in ensuring that we change the mindset of the people, not only the direct consumers of the product, but also corporate Ghana. Now, side by side with what I've been talking about, we have established a marketing department who are very much aggressively pursuing corporate Ghana for partnerships. We've also already engaged the previous partners that we had to see the possibility of reviving the relationships. So I'm very positive about the future. It's just a matter of time. Once the narratives are beginning to change, corporate Ghana will turn and look.
Well, if you just joined us, it's just about 10 minutes to the top of the hour, 1 p.m. This is the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Nathaniel Atto. I'm your host. And my guest here is the president of the Ghana FA, Kurt Okraku. We're live on Facebook. It's Joy 997 FM. You can also follow the link on the Joy Sports page on Facebook. Alternatively, you can also get on Twitter and tweet your comments and your questions for the Ghana FA. What I've done in the last few minutes is to relay directly questions that you have posed to us on our various platforms to the Ghana FA president. So keep them coming. We'll be sharing with everyone else, and of course later on we'll also give you the opportunity on the phone lines. In the meantime, just get on our various platforms. Remember, the WhatsApp line is 0244 340 437 0244 340 437. Now, there's a message here. Can we have it quickly? All right. So now, can we please scroll it down? Okay, I'll grab it in a bit. This listener is talking about creating, various social media accounts for the Ghana FA. I'm trying to just retrieve the message very quickly so we can take a listen to it. But remember, you can keep the messages coming in. It's 0244 340 437 0244 340 437. All right. Now, Happy New Year to you, Nat and President Kurt Okraku. I suggest the FA creates a separate social media account for the GPL to showcase match highlights, statistics, and GPL info. Now, this will help promote the GPL much better. Good luck to Hearts of Oak from Lucas in Accra. Okay, so Lucas is a Phobia fan, very obviously.
When are they playing? No, I really want to see Hearts of Oak play, and I want to see them play well. Same as the other 16 clubs, at least 15 clubs. I saw Legon Cities yesterday. We saw Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I think today it will be the turn of Interlice and Bechem playing at the Accra Sports Stadium, but we want to see Hearts of Oak also back alive.
Now let's get into this one. Ibrahim Saibu Wise says, it is very convincing that Kwesi Appiah was given enough time to get at least an AFCON Cup, but he failed miserably. Meanwhile, rumors going around indicate that the government of Ghana said they won't use a penny to pay a white coach for the Black Stars. What are the plans for the Black Stars coaching job and the technical men? Okay, well, this is coming directly from Ibrahim Saibu.
When you are involved in the management of our sport, you tend to hear loads of stories. I mean, and you will want to ask, where are the sources of these stories coming? I mean, where are these stories coming from? But it tells you one thing, Nat, that people are so passionate about the game. People love football so much, and people are very much concerned about how the game will be improved. And so are members of the Council of the Football Association. We are all very much concerned about the sport. The people of this country have voted for us to ensure that we change the game. We have promised that we want to take the game to a different level, and 71 days into office, I think that the signals are quite clear about our intentions and the direction at which we want to take the sport. We announced a change in direction for all our national teams, technical-wise. Unfortunately, people are speaking about only one of our national teams, the Black Stars. For me, the most important national team is not really the Black Stars. It's the U17, the U20, the U23, the CHAN, and the Black Stars. They are very important to us. So we have changed the direction. I think we used to be in gear 1. We need to move to another gear. And that's what people are waiting for.
I mean, of course, it's I mean, especially the Black Stars, which is our flagship brand. There's a lot of focus on when and the timelines, and obviously you can understand football lovers and Ghanaians. They are very interested in when those decisions will be made regarding the roadmap to getting a new head for a new technical head.
Well, I think the big announcement happened, was it 48 hours ago? Yes, I'm sure in the new week we'll have a clear direction. It's always decisions of the council. The council will meet. The council will discuss all issues affecting all our national teams, male, female, across board. And we will take decisions that will help the forward march of our game.
And of course, we're doing all of these remembering that the Black Stars have a game in March.
Yeah, sure. And it's not only the Black Stars. The U17 have assignments, the U20 have assignments, female and male. So we are very much aware.
All right. Now, there's this one here. He says, why can't we learn from South Africa, the South African system, where foreign-based companies in the country have sponsored clubs, whether they are Premier League clubs, Division 1, 2, 3, or coach teams? That will surely improve our league and of other clubs, just like what Legon cities are doing, both on social media. And these are things that will surely help the league. The league will surely be back. Okay, this is from Mohammed Hafiz. This is more like a suggestion.
Yeah, but not. Let's applaud our clubs for the big roles they are playing. I mean, if you scan through the media landscape, every Premier League club is now social media active. Every Premier League club, and this is amazing. Okay, collectively, we've made a big statement, and that tells you the amount of work the comms department and the competition department of the FA are putting into this. The various seminars, the various engagements that they're having with the clubs is having a multiplier effect on the entire football industry. And I think the benefits are there for everybody to enjoy from.
Well, let's talk about, membership of the FA and what qualifies one to, to hold positions and all. Now, in the past, we've had conversations about how sometimes, being affiliated to a specific club can affect, the way things are done at various levels of administration of the game. Now, in previous times, for instance, many people talked about how your predecessor, owned a club. He was FA president, blah, 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 Now, do you still believe in that thought, where, you have like a club owner, for instance, playing an active part in the administration of the game? Where does all of this sit?
Legally, everybody's allowed. Okay. Football is managed by football people, and you can't bring non-football people to take decisions for football people. It's an association. Okay. I decided I don't want to play frontline responsibility again at Dreams FC. That's my prerogative. Okay, because I wanted to have a 24-hour dedicated service, or perhaps 26-hour dedicated service to the Football Association until otherwise advised. So legally, nobody is wrong. The former president was not in the wrong. We are talking about football associations. We're not talking about confederations and federations. Okay, so nobody has acted untoward towards the law.
Lucas has sent a message, and once again, I'm sending your messages directly and your questions directly to the FA president. Now, hello, Nat. Some media houses are reporting that the FA has already agreed terms with a Serbian to take over the Black Stars coaching job. Is this true, please?
I wish I would not even answer because, but like I said, people are so much passionate about our game, so people are always asking questions. Let me repeat what I have said here. The council of the FA has not met. No decisions have been taken. Decisions will be taken in the next few days about the technical directions of all our national teams, male and female.
We have a new FA CEO, more or less, a general secretary.
Yeah.
What are the considerations that were made, in arriving at Prosper Harrison-Ado's appointment as general secretary of the Ghana FA?
Right. First of all, I think that the FA announced the availability of the portfolio. Deadlines were given. People expressed interest. The FA set up a 3-man subcommittee. The FA also employed the services of an HR expert, to advise and to work closely with the subcommittee. Personnel were shortlisted. Personnel were interviewed by the HR consulting group. And at the end, one person emerged tops. The person we're talking about is lawyer Prosper Harrison-Ado, who we know pretty well. He's a guy of the highest integrity. He knows the business of the game. He is 18 years plus at the bar. He's very passionate. And beyond this, he's very, very straight and serious with his job. And this is exactly the kind of person I need. This is exactly the kind of person the FA needs at this challenging period of our time. He's very honest. He's very, very firm. He's a team player. And I'm glad that his quality showed throughout the process leading to his engagement.
What will be different about the role he will play? I mean, you've been part of this this mix for decades, and you've seen how things have been done. What will be different about his role this time around?
Well, what I have preached, or what I preached throughout the campaign period, was a promise to set up an efficient secretariat, for which reason we needed somebody with the quality that we find in lawyer Prosper Harrison-Ado. We need a secretariat that will meet our people, our immediate clients at the point of their needs. Our clients are club owners, club officials, club executives, corporate Ghana, the media, etc., etc. And you want to create an environment that is welcoming, an environment that is business oriented, an environment that will have a listening ear, and an environment that will ensure that our repositioning agenda is held in high esteem. And this is what we expect from the new leadership of the Secretariat.
If you're just joining us, it's a minute past 1 p.m. here on the Joy Sports Link. We're going all the way till 2 p.m. I'm sharing the company of the Ghana FA President, Kurt Okraku. And remember, this is his very first major interview in the year 2020.
Oh, is that the very first? So how did you bring me
first
here then?
Major. First major interview for 2020.
Yeah. We love our sport.
Yeah, sure. Let's also ask this one. We're on. Now, Mr. Prosper Harrison-Ado, my good friend, is now going to be the CEO of the Secretariat of the FA. Now, you have ceded off responsibility at your club Dreams FC. You don't want to be in front line. Are you then full-time at the FA?
No, I'm not. I am not. I don't want to be full-time. But in this, what I call the formative period of the new FA, my presence is very much needed. My mindset, the way I want the business of the game to be, is very much needed. For which reason, I have to offer 26 hours of my time to the FA during this period. I mean, once we settle, once the structure is clearly established, once our way of doing business is clearly established, I mean, Prosper Harrison-Addo is very much capable of being the lead pilot for the flight. So we have no problems at all. Most importantly, I have a council I wholly believe in. I have a council who have been very, very supportive, from Madam Habiba Attar, who is representing women's football on the council, to my vice president, who has ever been by my side. I think that I have an amazing team. The subcommittees that we've put together are of the highest quality, and you can readily see the impact of the subcommittees on the sport, even under 71 days. So the future clearly looks very, very positive for us.
Now, you've got 4 years in this term. I mean, you've done 2+ months. I mean, working with you in the past, I know you like to do things a little differently. So you'd want to do faster assessments than regular. So when is
that you're asking? Don't put words in my mouth.
It's based on what I know. No. So when do you want to start assessing what you're doing, considering the amount, the volume of work that you've realized on the ground? I mean, at a certain point, you were campaigning, you were outside of the space.
Let me say that during the campaign, we knew that the volume of work ahead of us was indeed enormous. But beyond October 25, I have been amazed at the quantum of work. Okay. For which reason, I love to do the assessment on daily basis, what we're doing on daily basis. And I've always said that if you want to build the highest high-riser in the city, you need to get the foundation right. If you don't get the foundation right, that high-riser will crash down. Okay. And what we're going through now is to ensure that the foundations, or the foundation of our sport, it's very right. The foundation of our football association is right. Now, what I have been preaching is an efficient secretariat. And when I speak about an efficient secretariat, I'm not talking about the staff of the FA who are sitting at the headquarters. I'm also talking about our staff at the Tenkra Center in Pram Pram. I'm also talking about our staff at the regional level. Football can never ever develop if we don't have efficient regional RFAs, and this has been the focus. The FAs need quality staff, which we have extensively discussed. They need resources, they need capacity building, etc., etc. So there's a lot of work to be done. Fortunately, we are all in line. For the first time, we shall be having all our RFAs starting via leagues around the same time. And for me, it gladdens my heart a lot. There's always a need for a unified football calendar in this country, and that's what we are working up to. So it's work in progress. Clearly, I know that people are so passionate. People are looking forward to all the problems of the Football Association being solved one day after the 25th of October. But of course, that is not possible. What is possible is that we believe in the way. We believe in our way of doing the business. We know exactly where we want to take the sport, and we're looking for the right personnel, the right people to take us to the promised land.
There's a suggestion, on our WhatsApp platform. It's from Paul in Adenta, and he says, please consider Chris Houghton of Brighton for the Black Stars job. Now, remember that Chris Houghton, has served as the only man of Ghanaian blood and descent, on the coaching lines in the English Premier League. Well, that's a suggestion Paul is making.
Okay, thank you for the suggestion.
Okay, there's another one here. It's from Wafayao in La Paz. Now, Wafayao says, Kurt, congratulations. Please don't allow anyone to tell you who to employ. But if you want to employ your enemy, go ahead. Also, be careful of the members of the GFA who have allegiance to some journalists. They give and manipulate vital information to the public. Now, this is from Wafayao.
Okay, thank you for the information.
Now, there's another message from Mr. Ernest Thompson, formerly of Accra Hearts of Oak and also has served on various committees of the Ghana FA. Now he says, hi, can you consider the possibility of advertising the position of the head coach of the Black Stars to all and sundry? Go for a high-level coach and technical team, and also, do your best to get a sponsor to pick up the bill for, for the payments of the cost involved in handling same. Best of luck. And this is from Mr. Ernest Thompson.
Happy New Year, our lawyer. Of course, he's one of those that I've always looked up to as a young man, and he's very much well experienced in this business. But it's also true that when you want to talk about our senior national team, you're not only talking about the FA, but you also talk about corporate Ghana, or let's say corporate world, and you also talk about the interest of government. Okay, so all considerations will be considered.
Well, let's throw back a little bit. It is important for these discussions. Now, the last time we hosted Mr. Okraku, he was a candidate, and in fact, a lot of things have changed. Now he is the FA president, and we have a new studio. So it is important to do a bit of a throwback. We were having a conversation some days ago, and I was asking you about the moment when the votes were being counted on the floor at the Congress. I saw you were very quiet, even at the point where you realized you had led, in the first round. What was running through your mind at the time?
Going into the election day, my team were very confident.
That's your team. What about you?
My team.
Yeah.
Me inclusive. Okay. When I say my team, I'm included in the team. We're very confident of a one-round victory.
Okay.
The happenings on the eve...
Before you go ahead, a one-round victory with what kind of margins? Were you looking at something that would stretch? Were you looking at a very slim,
Let me repeat what I have said. I'm not changing.
Okay.
My team were very confident about a one-round victory for the game changer. After the first round of count, we had amassed 44. I was shocked.
Shocked at what exactly? The margin?
I was shocked that we only amassed 44.
Okay.
And that it was not a one-round victory. So, if you realize that I was overly quiet and calm, that was the reason. Then, immediately I said to my chief of staff, Michael, move. And he fully understands what I meant by that.
It's a campaign term.
Okay, yeah.
Can it be explained?
No. We will still have...
Maybe when you are retired.
We'll still have an election to go one day. Okay, so I was calm. But beyond that, we had been very prayerful. And we believe that once there is an almighty God, which we believe in, victory would definitely be ours. We don't believe in any other God. There are people who consulted different gods, which we know. We believe in the Almighty God. We prayed. We had people who dedicated their lives into praying for us. And I said to people who are so much close to me that if there is a God that I serve, there's no way the game-changing team will not win this election. No way. Following which, I stood in church and I praised the Almighty.
I see.
And so long as we've been voted into office for the next 4 years, there's no way football will not change in Ghana. There's no way. And already the writing is on the wall. There's no way, unless there's no God.
Now, on the ground, we had a lot of information flying around. I mean, including the bit of people consulting other things. We heard all of that on the ground. We also heard, for instance, that the former FA president Kwesi Nyantakyi was there. He was sitting somewhere, and he offered a certain level of assistance. He helped to campaign. For you, for instance, what's the response to that? I've
not. Well, I was a bit distracted, but let me say that I have no knowledge of Mr. Nyantechi being involved in the campaign. Of course, he's too clever to be involved, okay, because he knows that he can't be involved. It is important we give credit to the campaign team, the game-changing campaign team led by Jones Alasanbu. And that, I think it's very important for us to let go of the happenings before the elections. Elections are over. We are 71 days into delivering a mandate, a legitimate mandate. The entire sporting populace are very, very hopeful. Reactions have been overly positive. The goodwill has been amazing. And it's my clear intentions to deliver on promise. Okay. Clubs are beginning to see. We have new competition-specific regulations for the Premier League, for the Division 1 League. We have new management committees in place. We've given footballs to our clubs. We'll continue to give all the goodies that we have promised our clubs. We're working on both the public and the private sector for partnerships by way of sponsorships. We're also dealing with government to also support same, because of the special nature of circumstances that led us into normalization and beyond. So we are very much positive about the happenings in the new era of our game. It's also important that we now focus on delivering our mandate. Our mandate is to ensure that Colts football is revived, juvenile football is revived, women's football gets the needed attention they deserve, facilities, logistics are available to clubs, quality of officiating improves, quality of coaching improves, security needs at the various centers are well taken care of. We produce good intangible assets in players. We are very, very competitive on all fronts, i.e. U17 male, female, up to the senior national team levels. We clean the atmosphere around the products we offer the people of this country, and I think that's most important for us on the table.
Now, Charles Benoni Okain has sent this message. The last GFA admin was focused on the Black Stars to the negligence of local soccer. How does he intend to change that narrative to attract local sponsorship for the local league? How does he intend to make the local league more attractive to retain players in the country to make it more vibrant? Personally, I like his humility and I hope he succeeds, because soccer can be a game changer for our teeming unemployed youth when it comes to unearthing talents. This is from Charles Benoni Okain. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I think that that is clearly the thoughts of the council. And we've already taken steps. We've already started taking steps, and again, I'm sure that in 4 years, we'll look back and say that they delivered.
There's a message from seasoned actor Peter Ritchie. Yeah, he says Kurt is very intelligent and he knows his job too well that he can't fail, except the people around him want him to fail. But by divine grace, he will not fail Ghanaians. Peter Ritchie, thank you very much for the message there.
Who are the people around me? Is it you?
Well, I want you to succeed because it affects my job as well.
Because I know that my council very much want to succeed. Okay, the vice president wants to succeed. My chief of staff wants to succeed. The staff of the FA wants to succeed. The staff at Pram and at the regional level very much want to succeed. So we want to succeed. And if we have the desired support from people like Nat, my colleagues in the media, from corporate Ghana, our partners in government, we will be successful. If people are not overly negative, even in the face of very good things that are happening, we cannot be successful. And if we do not produce quality football products, your job as a sports presenter will not be successful, because your managers are into commerce. And if the product that you want to sell is not juicy enough, you will not have the desired money, and you will not enjoy the kind of salary levels you want to enjoy. So it's a win-win for everybody. Usually, people who sit behind the council think that, oh, for us, we don't care. If If we destroy the product, we'll still take our money. But the time will come that you never take your money. It's important that we all realize that it is in our collective interest to ensure that the product called football is clean and is juicy for everybody to consume.
Well, there are still many comments coming up on the dissolution of the national teams and, what probably triggered, the dissolution of the national teams and what the way forward will be, especially considering that, the terms of reference are different when it comes to, like the Black Stars compared to the Black Queens, for instance. Everybody's terms are different. So, what's...
No, not yeah. What is true is that we have not been as competitive as we would love to be at all levels of our national teams.
Okay.
Be it at U17, U20, U23, the local national team, and the Black Stars. Same is applicable to the women's teams. Okay. And we need to find ways of being very, very competitive. We need to find ways to bring the love back. We need to find ways to make the performances of our teams not stable, but in a very, very stable way. We need to produce quality national teams and ensure that we not only compete but also appear at the grand finales and win trophies. Okay, and I think that that's the desire of the council, and whoever gets the opportunity now to work for any of our national teams must feel proud of having the opportunity.
Okay, let's quickly get a few more of these messages in. Now, okay, so this is this is from Samuel in Germany. Now he says, Happy New Year to you, Mr. Nathaniel Atto and Mr. Kurt Okraku. For the past years, taxpayers' money has been used to sponsor all national teams in Ghana. Please ask Kurt Okraku if any sponsors are there to sponsor our national teams as is done across in Europe. Please ask him the role Mr. Henry Asante of Star FM will play under his administration. Also, I suggest to Mr. Okraku to dissolve the technical directorate of the Ghana FA and appoint Marcel Desailly to do the job. Okay. Kurt Okraku did well at Dreams FC and his records are there for us to see. Okay, thank you very much, Samuel, who's listening from Germany. Okay.
I think, Nat, the starting point is to make our national teams very competitive. Okay, and for us, that starts from the technical directorate of the FA. You're looking at a fully functional technical directorate with the right personnel. That includes a scouting unit that will help the FA scout for talent across all leagues in this country, and that will ensure that any person appointed as a national team coach will have quite a good number of talents to pick players from, and that will ensure that we are able to harness the quality of every talent available in this country. Once the coaches get the talents, and once we appoint good coaches, once we give our teams good preparatory logistics and periods to be involved in, you would expect that they will be very, very competitive and to challenge for trophies. Now, challenging for trophies will mean that, or will also help us in our repositioning strategy. And then, of course, when you approach corporate Ghana, they'll be ready to listen. Okay, people think that you need the money first before. Okay. Perhaps we think that we need to build our teams first, and then we approach corporate Ghana for support.
Now, there was a suggestion as well about the technical directorate of the Ghana FA.
What we have said is that first of all, the directorate has been moved to Pram Pram. We are ensuring that all logistics available or needed will be made available to the technical directorate. We would improve on personnel managing the directorate, and would ensure that they really deliver on their mandate. The role of the technical directorate is crucial for the development of the sport in this country, and we're placing a lot of premium on that aspect of our administration.
Okay. Hello, great show, Joy FM. Great show, and thank you for bringing Mr. Kurt on this platform. Now, tell him that I'm much relieved now that he has taken it upon himself to help revive the bizarre problems with the FA. Again, I know and believe that he's the right person for the position, and however, he must be careful of decision making. He should also understand that not all who smile with him and reason, reason with him. I pray that God will change the face of this FA and the Black Stars Bruhaha. God give him wisdom to succeed. This is from Mike in Westlands.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you.
Okay. Kurt, is the FA liquid? What's the liquid status of the FA? What's happening?
Liquid?
Yes, cash. Money.
Cash?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, look.
No.
Everybody spoke a great deal about that. The $1 million outstanding from the Glow sponsorship that came in and all of that. But that's,
when you speak about football, $1 million in somebody's words is no money. It's no money at all. We are running how many leagues? The Premier League, Division 1 League, Women's League, Women's FA Cup, and the regional leagues. We have a staff size of close to 70 across the country. Managing national teams alone, it's a big headache, so to say. Now, to answer your question directly, we don't have enough money. That's why we are very aggressive, or we've been very aggressive with sponsorship drive, with corporate Ghana, and also with government. If we want to achieve our desired goals, it's important we get in the needed inflows. Okay, we are also working to ensure that the FA behaves well to be able to meet the requirements for the FIFA Forward program, which is also one of the guaranteed revenue streams. We want to be very, very competitive international level, so that when we appear at major competitions, we excel and also get the desired inflows to support the job we're doing here. So we very active, looking for resources to be able to do what we have promised to do.
So for the league, for instance, I mean, what are you running on? What resources are you running on?
As we speak, we've already only managed to support our clubs to start the season. We are very much active
to start the season, meaning that there will be a run out at a certain point.
Yeah, of course. We gave them 50,000 Ghana cedis, and of course each for the Premier League, and Division 1 25,000 each, and then the women's leagues also 10,000. Of course, that is woefully inadequate. We engage in government to intervene. We engage in aggressively the private sector. Signs are very, very positive. Yesterday, I received a phone call from a big company that is very, very visible in this country, wanting to be part of the new football association. So I'm saying that, yes, at the moment, we don't have the needed resources to fund our leagues, but we are very much positive because of the engagements that are currently ongoing. And we are very positive that, given the signals that we have, soon the FA will be in a position to announce new partners.
Well, if you just joined us, we're still here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM. Ghana FA President Kurt Okraku is here with me in studio for his first major discussion in media space for the year. We've tackled many areas, from funding through to the administration proper of the Ghana FA, our national teams, the league, the technical structure of the FA, what is his administration wants to do to strengthen the technical base of the FA, and many others. Remember, you can keep your messages coming in. Very shortly, I'll activate the phone line so that you can join and have a conversation with us here. Now, we've had loads of messages between, the early hours of the morning and now. Now, some of them will make the conversation repetitive. The reason why I'm not touching on them. So, for instance, Mr. Emmanuel Mingo from Medina, you've sent a message on a subject that he's addressed already regarding why, all the national teams, all the technical teams of the national teams were dissolved at a go. He has answered that question already. So unfortunately, we can't go back to that one. Let's talk about targets now. We've coined several expressions for our targets over the years. For instance, we're going to a tournament and we'll say, "Oh, we want to go and do well." There are those who say, "Okay, win the trophy," or "It's a failure." Now, let's get back to the national team, the Black Stars, since it has great interest, obviously. When, for instance, would you want to give yourself, regarding the load of work that you have at the FA, for making tournament-winning impact at the level of the AFCON, for instance?
I want to win a tournament yesterday. Yesterday. I want to win a tournament, if it's possible, on the 25th of October last year. I believe that Ghana is one of the biggest football nations. Ghana has quality across board, coaches, players, personnel across board. For which reason I believe that Ghana must appear at every competition, be it U17 level, U14, U13, U12, U9, if it's available, and also at the biggest Mondial. Okay, when we do not appear, I'm overly worried, and I believe that we have to be at every tournament. That is one bit of it. The other bit is that we have to be competitive to be able to win. We used to be very dominant at the U17 level. We used to appear at every U20 World Cup quite regularly. U23, we have always struggled, perhaps for reasons that I do not really know. But in the next 4 years, I want us to win trophies, and that will be the challenge to all the head trainers that will be engaging in the next few days, not weeks. Okay, I want us to win the U17 World Cup again. I want us to win the U20 World Cup. I want us to go beyond South Africa 2010. This is my desire, and I believe that anybody who from henceforth will be appointed to head any of our Tenkara teams must believe in this way and must be committed at delivering this promise.
Well, if you've missed any bits of the interview, please get on the sports page of myjoyonline.com. We're already generating some stories which you'll be interested in from this interview. So just get on the sports page of myjoyonline.com. Aside the live stream and our live and our live tweets as well, you could just get on the sports page of myjoyonline.com. Very soon, videos from this interview will also be available there, so you could consume. In a few minutes, I'll activate the phone line so that we can get going. Let's talk about your relationships with the international community, across board. Let's begin from the African continent. Kaf.
Well, I think that since October 25. We decided to engage our colleagues on the African continent. Most importantly, I was in Cairo to say hello to the president of the Confederation, Dr. Ahmad, to seek his support. Beyond that, I was at the FIFA headquarters. I spent close to 3 hours with the president, Infantino. Whilst at FIFA, I met all the department heads, and that was a big eye opener for my good self. Okay, and I think that will have a good impact on how we do the business of football here in Ghana. Beyond that, I've also met with the Netherlands High Commissioner to Ghana. I've met with the Maltese High Commissioner to Ghana. I've met with the Hungarian High Commission to Ghana. I've also met with the Spanish ambassador to Ghana. I think that we decided to undertake these engagements to strengthen the relationships we have and to open doors for capacity building for especially our referees, our technical staff across board. And then also to seek support with the provision of some logistics for our clubs. So far, it's been very, very positive. Reactions have been very good. From the visit to Puma, we have already taken delivery of some footballs, which will be used by our clubs. From the visit to FIFA, we are also expecting some footballs. We would also improve on the way our referees communicate as a result of the engagement that we've had with FIFA and CAF. Clothing for our referees. I think that it's just a matter of time. The amazing benefits from these engagements will show. I know that people are very much concerned about when they will start to see, but I think those who have eyes are beginning to see. And I'm very positive that the needs of our clubs will all be well taken care of. I mean, our clubs need football boots, they need bibs, they don't have water, they don't have adequate footballs, pitches are not good enough, especially training pitches. As we speak now, we are aggressively engaging the National Sports Authority to ensure that our females play on very, very good pitches. And I'm sure that when the season rolls out, people will see that a lot of work has gone behind the scenes. The chairperson of the Women's League, Madam Hilary Boateng, is very proactive in this. Madam Habibata will never allow you to sleep on the Council of the Football Association. So I think that all in all, it's been a good beginning. The good things out of the various engagements that we have and will begin to show. Some will already tell you that, look, they have already started seeing the good deeds that we're doing.
All right. We're talking about your relationships with the international community, and that brings me to the new International Relations Committee that has been formed. It's headed by Alex Asante. He used to be the protocol officer of the FA. So a bit into that, a bit of clarification on that.
Okay. The council set up an international relations committee headed by my good self.
Okay.
Not
Alex. Sorry,
not Alex Asante,
sure,
headed by my good self. I also have Fred Achampon as a vice chairman.
Yes.
Sami Osekufo as a member. Captain Stephen Appiah as a member. Emmanuel Adansi of Wafwa as a member. Marwan Osetutu from London as a member. Right. Our responsibility is to ensure that the country Ghana doesn't lose out on any talent, be it a footballer, administrator, anybody who is connected to the business of football.
I think that the expectation from the questioner, the person asking the question, was more of how he probably could have been included because of the experience of doing,
who is the person?
Okay, so this guy is called Ibrahim. This is from Ibrahim. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Right. I'm sure that when given the chance, we could even put together maybe 30 million people on one committee. But at the end of the day, we decided to have smaller sizes by way of committee. Lest I forget, we also have the former captain of the Black Queens, Albert Asaki, as a member of the International Relations Committee. Now, like I was saying, our responsibility is to find all talents, footballers, whether at the U10 level, U20 level, U15 level, senior team level, of Ghanaian descent who are not ordinarily living in Ghana, but who would not normally be found. We have to look out for these talents, collate data, hand over the data or the leads to technical directorate, and they will pick it up from there with the scouting machinery that we have set in place. Okay, so if you are a Ghanaian born outside the shores of Ghana, living outside the shores of Ghana, and you are into medics or medicine, or you are into security, or you are a footballer, we want to find you, we want to bring you to represent your country. We don't want to lose out on any talent at all. I mean, in most recent times, Ghana as a nation has lost out on a lot of super talents. Okay, and our responsibility does not only end with we identifying the talents. Okay, but we also want to ensure that when it is that the Tinker teams finally agree to invite such a person is prepared enough to be able to adapt to our culture. There are no cultural shocks because of known cultural differences by virtue of the fact that you don't live in this country. Okay. Now, when you look at the German national team of today, when you look at the English national team of today, when you look at the Nigerian national team of today, you would realize that they have already rolled out this strategy of bringing everybody on board. So long as you're a Nigerian, so long as you are born in England by way of birth, you have the ability to represent England. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So and such persons adds value to the product offering. Such persons opens up the product to international attention, or for international attention. And the international community then begins to do more business with entities that involve such persons. Okay, so it's a key strategy that we are aggressively pursuing, and we believe that Ghana as a country in going forward should not and will not lose out on any talent that is available.
All right. For the formation of the committees as well. Do we also draft a few people who are not necessarily, stationed here in Ghana?
I don't get it.
Okay. For instance, I don't boast of knowing where, for instance, former Black Queens captain Alberta Saki is.
She's in the States. She's in the States.
Sure.
She's in the States. She's in the States.
Okay. And, so then it means
Marwan
that clearly
is also in England. Okay. Yes. And we are talking about people of Ghanaian descent who do not live in Ghana. Okay, so we believe that Albert Saki, having been the captain, the first captain that took Ghana to the Mundial in 1999, will have a lot of network, will have the passion to follow leads, and will be in the position to collect data and offer the FA same, so that the Tinker Directorate will then work on the data and follow every talent that is mentioned. Okay, be it, like I said, be it at the U5 level, U6 level, U10 level, U13, U15, U20, and senior team level. We don't want to lose out at all.
Okay, 40. It's 1:40 p.m. It's 20 minutes to the top of the hour, 2 p.m. Let's get the phone line active now. 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. Get through to us and articulate your thoughts. If you have any extra questions which you feel have not been answered already, we can pose them to the Ghana FA President, Kurt Okraku, who's sharing my company here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM. Now let's also talk about our place as Ghanaians, within the scheme of things of International Football Administration. Tony Baffo, for instance, is a Deputy General Secretary of CAF. Fred Achampong is a match commissioner. We have a few other people who are serving on various committees. What's the take on how much we should infiltrate, International Football Administration? Well, and of course, we also need to mention that Justice Enini Yeboah, who served on the FIFA Disciplinary Committee, has now been elevated to Chief Justice of Ghana.
Well, I think that when you have your own people occupying seats on international bodies, be it at FIFA, be it at CAF, it always plays well to support your strategies and your policies. It really helps. And in the last few years, under the then president of the FA, I think that a lot of Ghanaians had the opportunity to serve on CAF and FIFA related committees. Okay, you can also talk about lawyer Teddy Sori, who is also working with CAF, and a lot more Ghanaians. And I think that it depends on how we position our country, how we network and how competitive especially our national teams turn out to be. If we are very dominant, it gives everybody who is working in the industry good opportunities across the borders of the country. So if it is that we get opportunity, if it is that opportunities are available for Ghanaians, why not? If I'm in the position to recommend, I will always recommend.
Well, let's get on the phone line and speak to our first caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity. Matt, I think every Ghanaian want the GFA to succeed this time around. Well, there may be some few Babylonians out there that even if you bring the FIFA president to come and Ghana FA, they will still have problem with him. But I have a little question for the president and his team. Look, we don't want to see anything of the former administration manifesting itself, not even in a resemblance of the former administration. Look, he just said something, and I became very furious. I get so angry. You've given the Division 1 team 25,000, and you are giving the women team how much? 100,000. Why?
Let's correct. Please hold on. Let's correct the figures. Mr. Okraku, please repeat what you said about allocation so that we get it clear. Please hold on.
Okay.
The money we've the support we've given to the clubs.
Yes.
Okay. Usually,
so for Premier League,
usually, let me start from this premise. When there are sponsorships or when there are sponsors for the leagues, of course, the sponsorship sums are given to the clubs and for the management of the various leagues. Now, in this instant case, we do not have sponsors for our Premier League, Division 1 League, the Women's Premier League. We only have a sponsor for the FA Cup. Now, the FA is very aggressively pursuing public or the private sector and the government for support, okay, to be given to our clubs. Now, whilst we pursue that agenda, the FA also thought it wise to support our clubs with our widow's mite. So we gave the Premier League clubs 50,000 Ghana cedis each, 25,000 to Division 1 clubs, and 10,000 to the Women Premier League clubs. As I was talking.
Why
okay, whilst we await for the bonanza.
Okay.
Now, we have also said that at the end of the league season, the top 6 clubs on the league table will be rewarded financially. We have also said
across board.
We've also said that for the Division 1 league, the top 3 clubs on each zone will be rewarded. We have also said that for the first time, for the Women's Premier League, the top 3 from each zone will be rewarded financially. This is unprecedented. We call this merit awards. Okay, we will soon come out with the exact figures. What we are doing is to try to enhance competition in our leagues, and this is one of the key strategies that we have deployed.
I'm guessing that was some
beyond that.
Some from
beyond
that,
that,
the
beyond
caller.
that, we have also said that the coaches of the teams that plays in the top 6 in the Premier League will be sent on attachment in Europe. We have also said that the coaches of the top 3 clubs in each of the Division 1 league zones will also be sent on attachments. Okay, same policy is applicable to the Women's League. These are incentive packages, or some of the incentive packages that we have rolled out to improve competition within our leagues.
I'm guessing his worry was about the quantum that was being given to the women's game. Well, let's go to Bismarck in Tema. Bismarck, apologies to you if you can quickly read down. We had to, address this one here. Fred from Accra. Is our next caller. Fred, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Nat, and good afternoon, Kurt. This is Fred.
Hi, good afternoon.
This is Fred. I'm on request.
Hey, Fred.
I think, yes.
How are you?
I'm fine, Nat. Kurt, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, and you know my passion.
I thought you were in New York or something somewhere.
No, Kurt, I'm right here with you. I've just been watching from afar. Yeah. You know my passion has to do with sponsorship, packaging, and image. You've spoken quite a lot about it, and so I don't want to even go there. But now my focus is on juvenile football. People talk about going back to the code system, or now trying to reorganize the academic system to put them in a formal structure just to benefit from it from the grassroots. I don't want to ask a long question. So that's where I just want to go. Juvenile football will form a very good basis, and I think this will also form a very good foundation for your success. So what's your core strategy for that? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that throughout the campaign, I placed a lot of premium on juvenile/coast football, and I've clearly rolled out the intentions of this administration on how or where we want to take juvenile football. And to make that statement even louder, we formed the National Juvenile Committee, chaired by my good self. Okay, we had our maiden meeting yesterday. In the next few days, we will roll out our clear policy directions for juvenile football. We are never in doubt about the importance of juvenile or coast football in this country. And I have said that I played coast football. I owned a coast club when I was 17. I know the quality of players that have been produced from the Colts sector of our industry. So Colts football is so dear to our hearts, and I know that everybody who is involved in Colts football is very expectant, and these expectations we will meet. This is a promise.
Let's go to Yao Mensah from Tudu. Yao, thank you very much for joining us on the Joy Sports Link.
Thank you, my brother. First of all, I want to congratulate Mr. Kate Okraku for winning the FA President. We supported him and then we are with him in spirit. I wanted to know whether the TV right is it going to give it to Super Sports or how do you call it? There was another channel who was showing our matches.
Star Times.
I would prefer Super Sports because I've been watching Zambian League and all these things, which are doesn't even come closer to Ghana football. So they should look at the TV right very well. I'll be very happy if you go to Super Sports for the rest of the world to see how beautiful our football is. Even yesterday, I was at the Accra Sports Stadium. It was very, very nice. If this thing had been shown on one of the Super Sports channels, to sell the Ghanaian League outside Ghana. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Yao Mensah, thank you very much.
Mr. Yao Mensah, I'm very happy that you are so much excited or expectant, especially on TV and TV rights. We have already made it public that 7 companies expressed interest in being a partner of the FA or in owning the rights to our leagues. I'm sad to say, Yao Mensah, that Super Sports did not put in a bid. Okay, I think this is the first time I have made this public. Super Sports did not put in a bid. In the new week, we would announce the winners of the bidding process. We're looking at capacity. We're looking at the quantum of money that is available to the Football Association via this partnership. We're looking at how many cameras, capacity in terms of capacity across board, i.e. cameras, reach, etc., etc. Okay, we don't want a situation where some league venues are never visited by our TV rights holder, okay, as we experienced in the time past. We also want to ensure that the product is available to almost everybody in this country. We want to ensure that we have as many live games as possible, plus highlights also being available. So we know everybody is expectant. We are working around the clock. Unfortunately for us, there are some non-Ghanaian based companies who are interested in the rights. So it's always important for us to go through a very good due diligence process to ensure that we are very sure about what we eventually roll out.
Bell from Michelle Camp is our next caller. Bell, apologies for holding you for a bit. Please go ahead.
No problem. My president, the case. Congratulations. Yeah, there is one thing in football that we are missing here in Ghana. In sports, generally, our commentators, that is our media, are failing us. When a football is being played and commentary is being made, you will see is that we are far behind. We are far behind. It is only noise, shouting, and I mean the media coming out to let the game look good. Most times, some years back, it is this even box radio and wireless that we carry. And there's some when you hear the disease, oh, Charlie, it's a nice match. Let's go to the Accra Sports Stadium. We run from La to the stadium. You see, so these are some of the petty things that I will put across. That they shouting. There are a lot of fuss in media. The commentary. I don't know whether because of the radio stations that are many, and therefore people, the right qualified people, are not seen. Because all the radio stations, when it comes to a sports program, instead of one to take his or her time to come out nicely for people to understand what is happening, then they start running like they are also running on the pitch or on the turf. You see, when you hear some people pass Jolate and all these things, you watch some of, I mean, Accra Great Olympics and Accra House of Folk, and they are playing. You see, oh, these are the rainbow colors, these are the sky, these are the blue and white, and this boy is at number 7, and then but they are running and making it difficult. So this is a small thing that I have noticed about this thing. And then media hype. I mean, sometimes you have to put in a lot of media programs.
Okay, thank you very much, Bell. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, so we'll have to...
Thank you very much. Nat, just to say that we're going through the radio rights process, and whoever becomes our radio rights partner will be very, very clear. We'll be very, very clear with them as to our expectations and how we want the service delivered to the football people.
Great, thank you. Jacob from Kaswa, you're our last caller, and please make it very, very brief. Unfortunately, time is not our best friend right now. Thank you.
All right, Happy New Year, Kurt. This is Jacob from Asma. My problem is, why is it that at the IFA and the district level, elections have not been conducted? Per the regulation, we should have conducted district football association election, the executive council and the chairmanship of the presidency. Then you come to the regional level, the executive council election before the president. Then you go to the national. But they made the mistake of starting from the the presidency of the IFA, and then they went to the GFA executive and the presidency. So as at now, the IFA don't have the executive council election conducted. Likewise, the district. Yet the president is the chairman of the juvenile, the court committee. The court are in the district. When are they going to come up with a timetable for the election of the district level football association elections?
Thank you. Kurt?
I feel the passion in the voice of the last speaker, and that's very good. And that's the way we really want to raise the passion levels of the people who love the sport. I was not the chairman of the football association when the elections were held. I can't speak to that fact. What I know is that at the last Congress of the FA, the Congress elected or blessed the newly constituted elections committee. The committee had their maiden meeting yesterday. They will roll out the roadmap for the regional and district elections in the next 24 hours. So we are very much in time. The calendar for the cold season is very much known to the Regional Football Association chairman across board. So we are well in track. Somebody was saying local palace Bojidi. They should just Bojidi for us.
Bojidi, sure.
There's one cankas that we fighting, and I want to make it public here. As we speak, no betting company has been licensed by the Football Association to run betting on our leagues.
I see.
Now, in the next few days, we shall start going to court. We've already made our intentions clear. We have advised, we have tried to engage. People are just not listening, okay? The next step is to go to court. Again, I'm saying here that no betting company has been licensed by the Football Association to take bets on our games. Thank you.
favorites in recent times. And you know, Prince Bright was here. Prince Bright was at the Joy FM 90s Jam at the Silver Star Towers. It was amazing. So Prince Bright, you have to perform at one of the Ghana Premier League games. I love this So Ofecho, I'm a gamma, and Ofecho means you are doing more than enough, right? Too much. Hello. Yeah. Kurt, you. Anyway, thank you so much, Kurt, for granting us the request for this interview. We're looking forward to doing more of these as we go along. And, we're looking forward to seeing the game improve. We're all on board.
Thank you very much, Nat. Thanks so much for the support to Kwesichum, everybody here at Multimedia. You've been very, very supportive of football, and we believe that the foreign match of our game will be successful with your expert support. We are so grateful, and Happy New Year to everybody at Multimedia.
Thank you very much. Okay, so this is the way we begin our 25th anniversary. Remember, this is the longest running sports program on this 25-year-old network. We're grateful to God. We're grateful to all of you for making us number one, for making us relevant. Let's do this again next week. But let me say a very big thank you to Selwyn Ofori, my sitting producer, Sergio Manucho, and Bill Ishan, and the rest of the team on the back end. The whole Joy Sports team. Ibrahim, Redwan, Gary, Benedict, Rick Wampofo, everybody else, Sami Yuenchi, everybody else on the team. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for listening. Keep it here on Joy 99.7 FM. And of course, MFI is here with the Joy Headline News at 2. MFI, were you at the show last night?
I'm sorry.